Yes, sir. Yes. Back. Once again. To tap in. I was a little more efficient at work today. A little more efficient. Still late, but not as late as I was the last couple times. Gotta stay hydrated, man. I'm proud of myself. This is episode 7. This would be episode 8. But Monday we were snowed out. So just like an open mic in real life, the open mic room in this particular broadcast is my car when I'm commuting. So if I'm unable to commute, the mic is canceled. I'm not going to do this sitting in my room or sitting at home at a table. Nah, nope. The purpose of this is to maximize my time commuting home. Since this job, especially like we have different routes, and this particular route is just extremely draining, and I just be getting home 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock. So by the time I'm showered and relaxed, it's dang on near time to go to bed to get up in the morning and do it again. So I was losing a lot of stage time because of that, just from physical exhaustion. So I was asking myself, I'm like, what can I do to supplement the fact that I need stage time, What are some of the things that I can do? And one thing I realized is like every day, around 4:30, between 4:30 and 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm always on the road. I'm always driving. I'm always consuming content. I'm always listening to somebody else create. So then I said to myself, why not use that time to create on my own and provide an outlet for other people who want to join in, chime in, share a comment, whatever. It don't gotta be nothing crazy. But why not just create that space instead of always consuming? Why don't we create? Especially for commuters, you know what I mean? That way, especially if you're a more experienced comic like myself. I'm not saying I got a lot of experience, but 12 years in anything. If you go to high school, go to school for 12 years, you're in college. So if you start from 0 to 12, well, actually, no, if you start from 0 years old to 12 years old, you are in middle school, If you start from 1st grade to 12th grade, you're in college, 12 years, you got a lot of experience about something. You got 12 years of experience. And I have 12 years of experience in this comedy thing, In some ways, if different decisions were made, I probably would be further along. In other ways, if other decisions weren't made, I'd probably be further behind. But that's neither here nor there. What matters is I'm here and I'm showing up every day and I'm doing this. And the main point essentially is to practice my craft, share some jokes, what have you, but sometimes I get a little bit philosophical. Sometimes I get a little bit deep. Sometimes I want to talk about the news, It's an open mic, but if it kind of veers into the podcast realm at times, that's quite all right. Weather's getting better, starting to get booked again. Phone calls are starting to ring. That sounds redundant. The phone is ringing. I'm starting to get calls. And it's like now, when I'm getting calls, it's either to feature or to headline. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Pops? What's going on, Pops, man? just started at the mic. That's my boy Todd Theron, aka Pops Buster Hip Theron. You know, I saw the young man, and I say that respectfully because he's my elder, but he's a young man in comedy compared to me. But I saw him since his beginning. Pops, you have to have been doing this, what? You like 8-9 years in. You getting up there too in comedy. But he's from the Springfield, Mass area, you know. And I've seen him just grow so much over the years. So much respect for a more seasoned fellow to take the venture of comedy later on in life and not be concerned with time or when they started and just having fun and just doing the craft. And Pops, you do white rooms, as they say, white rooms or mainstream rooms, urban rooms. Pops do it all, you know. I give Pops credit. But yeah, just sticking to it, man. Yeah, 8 years. Yep, because you're 8 years. I'm 12. I'm going on 13. I knew you was right. I knew you was right back there, right behind there. No Diddy. Pause. You know. But yo, I was so bogged. Like it snowed again this morning, but it's pretty warm now, so it kind of cleared up. But they need to take their finger off the weather machine button, man. Why is they trying to freeze out New England? What New England do, man? Like, you know what I mean? Get off our back. We don't want snow anymore. But I was up in Vermont last week at a ski lodge. It was like on Tuesday. And you would think it was no school, it was just mad kids and parents and families up there. You know, it must be nice to be able to just randomly go skiing on a school day. It had to be some type of winter break or some type of weird break, because it was way too many young folks and families up there just on the slopes. And me, I'm just delivering beer gas. I'm delivering nitrogen. Beer gas is a combination of, what is it? I think 75% nitrogen and 25% carbon dioxide. And that's where you get your Guinness and all that, you know, your dark beers. Well, yeah. Because the carbon dioxide gives it the bubbles. The carbon dioxide gives the beer the bubbles, and the nitrogen gives it smoke, the smoky flavor. He said Mother Nature's going through menopause. She had a hot flash and turned up the air conditioner. See, that's funny. I like that, yo. He said Mother Nature is going through menopause. She had a hot flash and turned up the air conditioner. She damn sure did, man. Mother Nature this is a racist joke, I'm gonna just preface it. But Mother Nature is more confused than a 20-year-old attractive Puerto Rican woman. Because they don't know if they want to have a baby, they don't know if they want to be single, they don't know if they want to be a freak, they don't know if they like thugs, they don't know if they like nerds, they don't know what the hell they like. Yo, one thing I remember, man, I'm gonna just keep it racist. Listen, a little racist. Back in my waiting tables days, you know what I'm saying, when I used to work for various restaurants, nobody called out of work more than a 16 to 21-year-old Puerto Rican woman. Dumb chicks called out the most by far, because they had things to do, like get dick. You know, making money. What are you talking about? They got sex to have. Very racist, I know. Pops' menopause joke, it just inspired that old racist joke that I never use on stage. I'm just kind of chopping it up, shooting the breeze right now. Oh, so what's going on in the news? Trump did the State of the Union address yesterday. I did not watch it. I don't care what goes on in politics. I care more how everybody reacts, all the TDS and everything. And this is one politician, his name Robert Greene. I don't know if he's a representative or if he's a senator. I don't know. But he had a sign that said, "We are not monkeys." Because, you know, a couple of weeks back, somebody in Trump's camp, they released a video. It was based on The Lion King, but they were just making fun of a lot of political pundits like Joe Biden, Kamala, or whatever. And it just so happens when it came to the black characters, they made Michelle Obama and Barack, they put the monkey body on them. But then they made Joe Biden a monkey too, and you know, nobody talks about that. But that's the thing. When you're making jokes and stuff like that, if you're trying not to be hung by your opposition, there's just certain things you don't do unless you want to stir up controversy. And from what I heard, Trump didn't release that. But I don't know if he approved it. Like, you know, they just say, it'd just be anybody in his camp. They'll just drop some shit and be like, yo, this came from Trump's side, and it's Trump did it. Trump probably was taking a doo-doo, eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich like Elvis, about to croak on a toilet. And then somebody dropped a tweet and Trump old ass. You really think home paying attention to every single tweet like that? But whatever. So Robert Greene had the sign saying, "We are not monkeys." Somebody made a funny comment, and it was a black guy that said, it's funny that Robert Greene is saying we are not monkeys, but in the particular picture when he was holding up the "we are not monkeys" sign, this is what the other guy said. His face did look ape-like. I'm not going to say he looked like an ape, but I did chuckle when he said that, looking at his picture and looking at the cardboard. Probably when you say "we are not monkeys," don't make an ape-like face. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So maybe he just can't help himself. Maybe that's just what he's afflicted to. He said the weather's more confused than AOC. More confused than AOC trying to say something intelligent. Oh my God. Did y'all see AOC the other week when they asked her a question about Venezuela? And she was like, and she was just killing time, like, I thought she was meditating. I thought she was a Buddhist. Yo, if you don't know the answer to a question quickly, you can easily say, give me a few minutes to think about that. Or you can say, I'll get back to that. Next question. You don't have to stay stuck on one thing. Or you can say, that's kind of loaded. I need some time to gather my thoughts before I give an answer. By you just meditating, you're not giving yourself a good cause for the people to get behind you, to be the front runner of the Democratic presidential candidate in 2028. I mean, she got time, you know, so she got 2 years to develop some intelligence and speaking skills. I think like the Democrats' problem is a lot of them, they're so blinded with hatred of Republicans and just Trump in general, that if they just took their focus off of just hating one person and hate, and just focused on picking a proper candidate and then focusing on their own policies, I think they can, if their whole basis is rooted in hate, I don't think the outcome could ever be optimal, because you're just blinded, and then you hate that person so much he can control you, because basically he can say anything because he knows that you hate him, so you are tethered to this mofo by hate. So if you're tethered to something by an emotion and he plucks at the tether, he's going to control you. I don't understand that though. See, I'm getting deep right now. But the person, Maxine Waters, representative from California, I don't know which district, Maxine Waters, they asked her, like some Italian robust dressing sounding dude was like, so are you going to attend the State of the Union address? State of the Union address? And then Maxine Waters was like, I would never attend the State of a Union address because Donald Trump, I don't like him, I hate him, and specifically, I hate the things he do. I got better things to do with my time than to sit here and listen to this man that I hate every single day. I do not like him one shape, form, or fashion, and I can't stand him. Yo, when I was doing Maxine Waters' voice, I realized, like, if you listen to it, you listen to her voice. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to come around and listen to anything Donald Trump said. Her voice sound like Hank Hill from King of the Hill. Listen here, Bobby. You gotta be a better man in these places. Are you going to play video games for the rest of your life? Or are you going to actually do something good, like work for the propane company like how I do, Bobby? And so her voice is Hank Hill mixed with Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I am not on the Epstein logs. And yes, she did give me fellatio, but it all depends on what the word is. So if you combine that voice with this voice right here, you got this voice. This is the voice where you put both of those voices together, and I swear I will never listen to Trump ever again in my life. I don't know how my brain does that. Like, I'm good at knowing who people look like you look like this person mixed with this person. If I hear musicians, I can hear their influence of where it possibly came from. And now I'm starting to figure out who people's voices sound like, mixed with who. I'm in the wrong profession. I should have been like an FBI and CEI agent or a spy or something like that, man. I feel like this is a skill that could be used to save the free world, but I'm just using it to make y'all mofos laugh on stage. Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works. I am not complaining, man. All right, let's get into a couple of jokes. Let's get into a couple of jokes, man. Love my lady, but she's always accusing me of cheating. Always thinking that I'm cheating. Because that's what happens when your girl think that you're handsome. But ain't nobody checking me. And I will never let my woman look at my phone. I will never let my woman look at my phone. Because if she looked at my DMs, she would realize there's no messages. Nobody hitting me up. Nobody trying to holler. Nobody cares. There is no competition. And if she realizes that don't nobody want me but her, she not gonna want me no more. So I will not let her looking at my texts, which nothing is there. My text is more dry than a beef patty in the Sahara Desert. Fresh out of the microwave for 4 minutes. And crazy because like, yo, my girl does good, man. You know, she made good money. Very, very attractive. You know, she probably make 3-4 times the money I do, you know. And all her friends, you know, they think that she's out of my league. Talking about, oh, you can do way better than Mo. And plus, all he gonna do is cheat on you. Plus, all he gonna do is cheat on you. So you know what I'm gonna do? Not gonna cheat on my girl just to prove our homegirls wrong. You see, most men, the typical man, will not cheat on his woman because he loves and respects his woman. I'm not going to cheat on my woman because I like proving her hating ass friends wrong. See, y'all messed up because I could have had booty cheeks from randoms left and right, but because y'all think y'all know it alls, I ain't going to sleep with nothing. I'm going to be monogamous. I'm going to be respectful. I ain't going to have no disease scares now. What? I don't do this out of love. I do this for my ego. Love my girl, man. Love my lady, but she's not good at cooking. She's good at Costco. She's a revolutionary with the rotisserie. She is a magician with the microwave. She is the admiral of the air fryer. She will take Pop-Tarts and make it look like a Michelin level meal. These are facts. That's why I love my baby, man. It's crazy because I got fired from DoorDash last year. And I'm ineligible to work for Grubhub. But I got a CDL. I am authorized to transport essentially what is a bomb through various neighborhoods. But I'm not allowed to drop off a cheeseburger. Now, ironically, both of those things give off gas, but I'm only allowed to transport one. Ain't that something, man? Priorities in the universe, priorities, man. What else, man? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of something that I want to work something I haven't worked in the car yet. I'm gonna work something I haven't worked in the car yet. You see 50 Cent, T.I. beefing, T.I.'s son jumping to the beef. It's 50 making fun of his wife. It's weird, like what? See, 50, all T.I. is in. I'm you know, I can't do T.I.'s voice, but you know, I'm the king of the South. You know, what I want to do is I want to have a verses with 50. We want to see how our music stack up head to head. And 50's response to that, calling T.I. a snitch and dropping this old video where he was on some type of video for Crime Stoppers, telling people to call in and basically see something, say something, report. I'm like, damn, that's your response to a rap battle? Like, 50's like, I don't battle no more, I troll. But that's what I'm saying, like T.I.'s son King, rightfully so, crashing out over 50 making fun of his moms. But I will say, if you look a certain way or your body's a certain way, you're showing it off, and it doesn't look what people deem as favorable. I'm not saying I agree with how she looks or not, but you put yourself out there online in a certain way, people gonna make their comments. That's just what it is as a public figure. But still, like, roasting his wife and his mom, she ain't had nothing to do with it. So King saying, "But where your dead mama at? How your dead mama look? My dead mama look better. Your dead mama don't look better than my mama. I don't care what she was wearing on stage." I say that to say this: rap is very, very dangerous. Rap is a dangerous thing, man. In the last 15 years, whether you from Pop Smoke to PNB Rock to Mold 3 to King Von to XXX Tentacion to Juice WRLD, even though he died of an OD. Mac Miller died of an OD. You know, it's just so many. Young Dolph. I don't know, understand how I know all these rappers' names, man. But it's so many that die. Rapping is a deadly profession. But the young kids still keep hopping in, trying to be rappers, but rappers die almost every single week. And I'm sorry, man. If comedians was getting killed every single week, I used to be a singer. It's not a problem. I'll just switch back to R&B, man. You know what I mean? And if R&B singers started getting killed every single week, hey, back in 2009, I used to be a slam poet. I go back to doing the poetry thing. And if poets start getting killed every single week, I'll just switch to being gay. Because gay people are the most protected group on the planet. Killing a gay man is like killing a praying mantis. You're gonna get 10 times the time, man. Speaking of praying mantis, speaking of gay, like, if you think about a praying mantis, right? Don't praying mantises look kind of gay? Because they real skinny, you know what I'm saying? They booty stick out a little bit. They got limp wrists. And when they fight, they're like, and they wrists are real sharp, because, you know, gay people be like, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you. Sit, I'm gonna cut you. Sit, I'm gonna cut you. Praying mantises are very, very gay. And also, if you know anything about the praying mantis mating ritual, after a male praying mantis orgasms with the female praying mantis after coitus, She bites his head off. She bites the male's head off after he busts. Now listen, I like vagina more than anybody. I like sex and vagina probably more than anybody on this earth. But if having an orgasm with a woman means I have to lose my head, I don't care if it's the top or the bottom. I quit. I'm out. Game over. You can have it. I'm all set. What up, Key Mills? Who else we got on here? Let me see. I like doing that joke. Let me get you another one. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this Black History Month. It's almost over. I'm gonna hit you with a couple Black History jokes before I get up out of here. The poet Maya Angelou. She was a world-renowned poet, Black historical figure, revolutionary. What else do I know about her? And they were talking about putting her portrait on the bottom of the quarter. Her portrait on the bottom of the 25-cent piece. And I was doing some research on the revolutionary sister, the revolutionary matriarch, Maya Angelou. And it said that before she blew up and became a renowned poet, she was Lady of the Evening. She was a lady of the evening. She had to do what she had to do in order to get where she wanted to be. And if you know anything about the quarter, George Washington is on the front of the quarter. Maya Angelou would be on the back of the quarter. Then I thought about something, man. Y'all Caucasians is kind of crafty. Because even in her death, there's still a white guy that's on top of her. This is crazy, man. Y'all white folks are diabolically crafty. Extremely crafty, man. Now, they were also talking about putting Harriet Tubman's portrait on a $20 bill. They've been talking about this for years. If I would have invested in stocks back when they first said that they would put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, I'd probably be a millionaire. And that's the thing. We black folks, we always ask for reparations, and they give us, instead of giving us the reparations and things that we are owed because of our ancestry and the slavery and the backbones of society that we were building this country, they give us consolation prizes. They do stuff like they make James Bond black. You know what I'm saying? They make Spider-Man black. You know what I mean? And now they want to put Harriet Tubman's portrait on the 20. Bump that. Cut us a check. Cut us the check. But you know what? It's a good thing that they are putting our historical figures on the country because we built this motherfucker. And it is good that we are represented. The one thing I have about that picture, and I know a lot of individuals think it, but they're afraid to say it. So as a comedian, I'm just going to have to ask the question. Is that the best picture they have of her? Is that the best picture that they have of her? Because her face looked real angry, you know what I mean? They sometimes have happy moment pictures. Like Free the Slaves player, they did have photography back then. Now it took about 5 minutes for it to flash, and it probably like burn your hair out, but they had photography back then. She could have been posing with him. I Free the Slaves, you know what I'm saying? Plus, how you gonna put the wanted picture on the money? That don't make no sense. You going to the post office, you going to the bank, getting some 20s or whatever, and then you looking at the wanted sign, and then they got the same picture on the 20s as the wanted sign. Somebody's old royalties. Plus a $20 bill. Every time it be looking at me, and it's almost like it's judging me for things I shouldn't be buying. You gonna buy that Hennessy? You know you got high blood pressure. You gonna buy that ice cream cake? You know you got type 2 diabetes. And I can't see myself using a Tubman 20 at a black strip club with big booty cheeked black strippers, Magic City or something like that, starlets. Because it's like, once I stuff it down her G-string, it's almost like I'm putting Nana next to Nana. And I can't see myself using a Tubman 20 at a gas station in Mississippi. I get my Dentine Ice, my Red Bull. The clerk, look at the 20, look at me. Look at the 20, look at me. We don't accept these kind around here, boy. That there is counterfeit. Like, don't you mean counterfeit? No, counterfeit. We only accept cracker currency in this county. Hey, I see my boy Gary just popped in. I'm done. I'm pretty much done because I got to run up in here, get some food. Thanks to Pops for popping in. Thank you, Key Mills, Key Millions. We used to work together back in the days at the IHOP. It's funny, I was talking about old restaurants that I worked at back in the days and how Puerto Rican girls always used to call out because they was too sexy to work. But no, I had a good time, man. I do this, like I said, every day between 4:30, 5, whatever. I go for like 30 minutes until I stop driving. Had a good time. Came up with some good ideas. Hopefully I didn't get too deep. Hopefully you were entertained, whoever watched. Holla at y'all. Peace.